Now, as a congresswoman, what other bottlenecks are you seeing that you see in the system that you would like to change or fix?
Civil liberties is one that I have and continue to be focused on, in an area where there is bipartisan support. When you look at a lot of the abuses that we have seen and continue to see in agencies like the NSA and in the post-Patriot Act world, where laws were passed licensing warrantless spying on Americans, that is an area where we still need to make a lot of changes. Criminal justice reform is another. And this is one where uniquely right now, I think there's a moment in time where you have organizations like the ACLU partnering with the Koch brothers, very conservative Koch brothers, coming at and supporting the same pieces of legislation to end the federal marijuana prohibition, to deal with sentencing reform, to deal with prison reform, and to make it so that we're not constantly cycling these same people through our prison systems, and that we're not throwing people into already overcrowded prisons who have no business being there.
And I'm glad you brought that up. I've heard argument that the wiretapping and that this surveillance program is necessary to prevent terrorist activity. Does that make any sense to you?
It is the most often used argument. The point here is that it is illegal to spy on Americans without a warrant. So if you have somebody that has raised some level of suspicion, then as a law enforcement officer or agency, we're protected by our Constitution in this way,
right,
where you have to do the tough work of building your evidence and actually getting a warrant to do this. But there have been example after example how this has been grossly abused, and how, whether it's our cell phone records that were being gathered en masse by the NSA or other things, we're seeing that because of the Patriot Act, there are the loopholes that have been created that have allowed these agencies to exploit that.
There's also some weird rules where, like, if you get pulled over, they can't ask you for your PIN number for your phone, but they can use your thumbprint to access your phone.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, see if that's accurate. I'm pretty sure it is. I believe it pertains to whatever the crime is. I don't think they could do it if you got caught speeding. But I think if they believe that you're involved in something that may or may not be a felony, that they can check your phone. And there's actually these devices that they've been selling to police departments that allow them to crack into iPhones, which are supposedly incredible. I'm sure you've heard this.
Yeah.
I mean, why else would they have that? Unless, I mean, if you need a warrant to access someone's iPhone, I mean, you're going to go to whatever federal jurisdiction that's involved in that, that they would have some sort of device. But police departments are looking to get this technology. How's it go? Accurate. I'm accurate? Yeah. Okay. So they can access your phone with your thumbprint. So they can go, give me your hand, Tulsi. Bam. And then they got into your phone. Oh, look at that. Pictures of you naked. I'm going to ignore those. And I'm going to, look at this. Police can force you to use your fingerprint to unlock your phone. Like, what? How is that?
Strange.
Who are these?
There's no difference.
Well, the problem is, and this is good and bad, cops are people, okay? They're just you and I, and they're just folks that have a very difficult job and a very high level of responsibility. But why would you allow them to decide whether or not they can go into someone's personal property and view their information and look at their emails, look at their text messages, and make a determination as to whether or not this person's involved in illegal activity without a judge and a search warrant?
Right.
That's crazy.
And without cause.
Yeah, I don't know if this is post-Patriot Act. Is this because of this, or is this just one of the things that happens sometimes is that technology accelerates at a rate where we don't have laws that are pertinent to that technology?
That's also a problem. And there's some legislation that we've worked on that we are continuing to try to get that to help get the laws caught up with where we are today. And there's one bill that we have that deals with emails, for example, where it's against the law to open up someone else's mail, but it's not necessarily against the law to open up someone else's email.
That seems crazy.
Because the law was written back when, handwritten letters or letters sent through the U.S. Postal Service was the only way people communicated, and it has not been updated to this day.